Hello, and welcome to this Duke of Edinburgh's Award Parents Information Evening for the Bronze Award here at Cronton House School. My name is Tony Hardman. I'm the Bronze Award Coordinator. Unfortunately, I'm out of school until Thursday, which is also open evening, and therefore we couldn't host this in person this year. So thank you very much for taking the time to watch this on YouTube. I'll open by saying, parents, you know your sons and daughters more than anyone else, and young people, you know yourselves more than anyone else. As I mentioned in the Year 9 assembly that I delivered last week, we're looking for people who are motivated, who relish a challenge, who put in the effort, who are not afraid of hard work, who don't give up, who grit their teeth, who are looking at the long term, not just the short term, and who, when the event is completed, are not looking for perfection in any way, but can say that there is nothing more that they could have given. Now, in the past, we have had people who've signed up for DofE because their mates are doing it, or because their parents have told them that they're doing it, or who think they'll get a good few days out of school. Those people end up struggling to complete the tasks because their heart is not in it, and it ends up with them avoiding sessions, falling behind, finally dropping out, or in rare occurrences, being told that they can't take part because their lack of skills mean that we don't feel that it would be safe for them to take part in the expeditions. Therefore, parents, young people, I would appreciate you taking the time to sit down and have a chat discussing if the Duke of Edinburgh's award is actually for you. If it isn't, that is absolutely fine. But our objective tonight is just that, to outline the award and to set the scene of what participation involves, and ask you and your child to think about that question: is the Duke of Edinburgh's award for me?
Hey, I'm Elle, and you lot sat there are basically me a couple of years ago. I've just finished my goals, but when I first started my bronze, I had no idea what to expect. Back then, I didn't know how it all worked, but I reckon I could do a good job of telling you now. So here goes. So for your bronze award, you have to choose an activity for each of the 4 sections: physical, skills, volunteering, and then your expedition. You might already be doing an activity that counts, or you can choose to try something new.
For my physical, I chose to improve my rowing, but you can choose from a whole load of other activities like these guys.
I played rugby.
We played badminton.
I played football.
Anyway, then you get to volunteer. There's so many ways you can make a difference here, and you'll get to meet some incredible people. And then for my skill, I joined my school's debating club. You can pretty much do any skill you want, if your leader approves. My mates ended up doing all sorts, like
Acting.
Learning Latin.
Singing.
and you get to do a really fun 2-day expedition, exploring some amazing scenery like this.
So, to give you a little bit of background, then, the Duke of Edinburgh's Award is a youth award programme founded in the United Kingdom in 1956 by Prince Philip, the then Duke of Edinburgh, and it's since expanded to 144 nations. As of 2017, there were over 420,000 young people actively involved in the award at its 3 levels. Over 6 million awards have been awarded since its inception. It's held in high esteem by universities, and I often state that a gold award is nearly the equivalent to another A-level for undergraduate admissions tutors. Furthermore, employers also see the worth in the DofE, and I know that a number of chief executives have gone on the record to state that DofE Gold on an application form will guarantee the applicant an interview for their company. The award itself is split up into 4 sections, as Elle mentioned then. So we've got the volunteering, the physical, the skill, and the expedition section. The timescales means that a young person will be giving up, we calculate, over 140 hours of their lives in order to successfully achieve the award between now and July of next year. It's not just a couple of days camping out with the mates. There is a sustained effort and commitment required in a range of fields. That's not to say that DofE needs to be too onerous a task. Some people might already do some form of volunteering, may already have a sporting activity that they take part in regularly, or might have a hobby that will qualify for one of the skills sections. All of the volunteering, physical and skill sections are followed for a minimum of 3 calendar months, and one of those 3 needs to be followed for a minimum of 6 calendar months. So if you are an altar server who also plays football for the school team and plays a musical instrument, you can continue those sections and use that to your advantage. In the information booklet that we put in register boxes this week, pages, I think, 4, 5, 6 and 7, I've got lots and lots and lots of ideas from the DofE website of activities that can take place, that the young people can get involved in. But I'll just very, very briefly go over these sections. And these are things that the young people choose themselves and that they also have to manage themselves. We will look in on EDV to make sure that things have been chosen, and we will be looking to make sure that that reports by the assessors have been uploaded, but this is self-management by the young people. So the skill section allows a young person to get better at something that interests them. And here we have got some of the more, or just a variety of the things from the list that I've put into the booklet. So we've got things like performance arts, science and technology, care of animals, music, natural world, games and sports, life skills, learning and collecting, media and communication, creative arts. The physical section is again about the young people getting out and being a little bit more physical. Improving their health and physical fitness, not necessarily to be contenders for the upcoming Paris Olympics, but things like Couch to 5K could be a good start for some. I've lost count of the amount of miles that I've put in with Mr. Rose running Road Runners Club at lunchtimes when the challenge has simply been to beat the previous week's time. You do need, though, to check and double check that something a little bit more obscure is actually allowable as a physical. For example, we did have a young person a few years ago whose choice was clay pigeon shooting, and yes, we do win Olympic medals at that. But under DofE, that isn't a skill. Sorry, that is a skill. It's not a sport. And again, there's a list there in the booklet for you to look through. The volunteering section is an opportunity for the young people to make a difference to people's lives. Now, it has sometimes been a struggle for young people to find a volunteering activity because automatically they think charity shop. But to be fair, I think that the COVID world has kind of given the volunteering section a whole new, has made it a whole lot easier. And more opportunities. For example, helping people by doing the shopping. Might see an army of Year 9s in Asda on a Saturday morning buying groceries for local older people. Maybe the young people could organise something themselves and do a prolonged fundraising or organise a fundraising event in school. Maybe there's a scope for a food bank collection point in school to be set up, or for the collection of old clothes in school to be donated to local charity shops. And one thing that we did last year is we set up a small, well, what was planned as a small collection of slow cookers for the Oldham Food Bank. We'd set a target of 10 and we ended up with, I think it was 109, which was at least 3 trips from school to the food bank to deliver them. But again, the young people oversaw the running of that. Each of the sections then must be overseen by an assessor. They can be anyone who is interested in helping the young person to achieve, has some knowledge of the activity being undertaken, and who will be available over the time the young person is doing that section, but they must be independent. And the thing on the website has always been that they mustn't be family members. Now, we'll enrol your son or daughter from September 2021. Our expectation is that by the 1st of February 2022, that your son or daughter will have completed one of the volunteering, skill or physical sections and had the assessor's report completed and uploaded it onto the EDV system. Also, the details of the other 2 sections will have been uploaded onto the EDV system as well, and they should be well on the way to completing their activities. It's rather unfortunate that over the years that I've run the award, there have been lots and lots of young people who either haven't kept up to date with one of their activities, or they have and they've not actually filled out, or the assessor had not filled out the assessor's report and it hadn't been uploaded onto EDV, and therefore the young person couldn't complete the section. Now, we will monitor and encourage participants to complete their EDV records, but if they aren't completed, unfortunately, the participant won't have passed and will not receive the award. Again, it's down to the self-policing, I suppose, of the young people to make sure that that gets done. The expedition section is the one that we do have the most control over, and the one that I work to ensure that the young people manage to complete it. We split, because there's so many applicants, we can't just run one group. And what we've done over the last several years is that we've split the young people into an autumn group and a spring group. We run the autumn group's expedition training from now, whilst the spring group are doing online first aid courses, and then everything flips over in January. The autumn group then are doing the first aid, and the spring group are doing the classroom sessions. But autumn group will begin their training on Tuesday of next week, and that will be weekly until Christmas, with a 1-hour session after school. As I said, so the spring group don't lose interest. We have an online first aid course for them to complete during this period, where they will be sent out a pack of first aid information, and there will be weekly tasks for them to complete. In January, the spring group will do the same training as the autumn group will have already done, and they will start the first aid. And then after Easter, both groups will attend the sessions after school on their respective nights. So that would be autumn on Tuesday, spring on a Wednesday, and they begin then their expedition preparation. All participants as well will be expected to complete the Roadrunners circuit in under 15 minutes, so that we have got some idea of that the young people are physically fit to complete the expedition. Now, with the advent of Teams and forms, it's going to be much easier for us to set, collect and monitor work, but we do expect as close to 100% attendance at meetings, and excuses of "I forgot" are not necessarily the ones that we want to hear. And we definitely expect that every homework is completed, and if they don't get 100% first time, to keep working towards that. They have unlimited attempts in order to do it, and and the idea here has been that none of the tasks are beyond the young people. By having more and more goals, they'll be developing the most prized of character traits, which is resilience. And I'd also rather see, but we would rather see, the young people try and make small increments than have one half-baked effort, score 30% and then give up. Obviously, unfortunately, there is financial cost to the award here at school, which begins with the fee that we charge. We don't get any money from the school or from the government, so we have to be able to cover all of our costs, and we ask for a contribution of £170. Some of that cost goes to equipment that we buy for the young people, because we know that it's tried and tested, good quality kit. So they will get out of that £170 a compass, a survival bag, a whistle and a map case. And we also benefit, of course, from discounts due to our ordering of these items. Other things listed on the slide are essentials to the award running successfully, and we do try to keep costs as low as possible. So that's where the £170 goes. There is also a cost in terms of the personal kit that the young people will need, which is detailed at the back of the booklet that was in register boxes this week. We do have a number, I think it's about 25 rucksacks and sleeping bags that could be borrowed for the expedition, and we'll send out an email in the summer term when we'll be offering those. And here I must directly address the young people. Please, please, please help your parents out. This is D&V, it's not a fashion parade. And it's D&V in Oldham in the summer. We're not trekking across the Arctic tundra or traversing the Alps. I'm absolutely sure that a North Face jacket will be on everybody's shopping list. And a Tri-Climate North Face will set you back probably about £200, a little bit more to be fair. But if you shop savvy, then you can get your entire kit for around half of that. And I would most definitely personally recommend Decathlon, who do a fantastic range at cost-effective prices. And they've got perfectly usable equipment for our needs. So, thinking about where we go from here, please, as I mentioned right at the start, please talk this over with your son and daughter, and make that decision. Like I said, if they choose to join, then there are our expectations. We are sure, you know, they will. If they follow those expectations, they will be successful. If they don't want to do DV, that's absolutely fine as well. It's not for everybody. But application packs must be returned to the hub by 3:30 on Friday the 24th of September, which is Friday coming. A list of enrolled pupils will be published on Monday the 27th of September. We will put that up again around the hub. We'll endeavour to get it out either on social media or via parent mail. And autumn group expedition training will begin in the dining rooms on Tuesday the 28th of September. And also pupils can then start, or if they've already started, continue to do their volunteering, their skill and their physical sections. Just a couple of emails, a couple of web links there for you. We've got www.dav.org, which is the DAV website, where you can get obviously more information about the award itself. We do have an email address, which is bronzedav@crontonhouse.org, should you have any queries in the meantime. As I said, unfortunately, I'm out of school on a sixth form trip residential to North Wales, getting back sometime on Wednesday. So if Mrs. Morgan, our DB manager, can't respond to you soon, then apologies for that, but we will endeavour to get as many, get all responses out as soon as possible. But with that, I'd like again to thank you for watching this short video, and I hope that we to get your son and daughter's application forms in by Friday, and for them to begin their Duke of Edinburgh's award journey. Thank you.